Hello, I'm Kaushika Patel and I'm the Head of School for Applied Social Sciences, and I'd like to welcome Lord Frank Judd, who's joined us from the House of Lords today. Frank, could you just explain why you work with De Montfort University and what it is about the School of Applied Social Sciences that attracts you to collaborate with us?
I've been involved in De Montfort for about 20 years now. It was in the early 1990s that I got involved. The Vice-Chancellor and the Pro-Vice-Chancellor at the time approached me and asked me whether I would become involved in this way. And they asked me to take on a sort of occasional professional advisor, a sort of roving ambassadorial role to make contributions where these opportunity for these contributions naturally arose. So in the context of doing that, I grew into the university very much and came to appreciate and enjoy it. I don't work professionally for the university now, but I'm delighted to be continuing in a voluntary capacity because I do think it is a very special and exciting place.
Following directly on from that, you say we're a very special place. Could you elaborate on that a little bit? What is it about De Montfort University that you think makes us distinctive?
First of all, I care desperately about access to higher education. It seems to me that De Montfort is a model of access. Secondly, I am one of those who's very excited about the new social profile of Britain, in which we have a really challenging multicultural, multi-ethnic society. Leicester is perhaps par excellence an example of that, and De Montfort reflects that. I don't see how you can have a relevant centre of higher education, a university, in the modern world, which is not instinctively globally engaged. Because the first reality for all of us from the moment we're born is that we're born into a totally interdependent global community. This is true economically, it's true socially, it's true health-wise, it's true in security terms, it's true in every conceivable form. And if we're going to make a relevant contribution to society in a university, that university needs to reflect that global reality. Well, in Leicester itself reflects that global reality. So I find this all very exciting. But there are other reasons that I like De Montfort. I've worked particularly with the School of Applied Social Sciences. And what I like about that school's work is it is really getting engaged in the community as it is. It is really listening to the people with whom it's engaged. It's learning and informing its research and writing and publications on the basis of what it's discovering by listening to and working with people in society. Not just pontificating about people in society, not just in abstract terms analysing social problems, social issues, and putting forward solutions, but actually in the context of a real living relationship, discovering what the issues are, analysing them, and suggesting remedies. This seems to me to be a very challenging approach, a very challenging model for higher education as a whole.
Excellent. So directly on from that, we'll have a number of students who'll be interested to say, well, that's what you think makes De Montfort University distinctive for you and where it sits in the higher education sector. What would you say to students who are interested to come and study at De Montfort University? What would you be able to say, what's distinctive for them as students? What would they benefit from?
Well, first of all, I'd say I'm in a position to be able to make, I think, if I hope I don't sound arrogant, but a fairly valid, objective observation. I've now been a governor of the London School of Economics for 30 years. I'm on the court of Newcastle University, and I've just been made a life court member of Lancaster University. So I'm involved a bit in higher education. And from a position of my involvement in higher education more widely, I see the attraction and the excitement of De Montfort. So the first thing I'd say is it's not somebody who's only looked at De Montfort, it's somebody who's been around saying, no, De Montfort has got a tremendous opportunity. Well, first of all, if you look, and perhaps I'm a bit old-fashioned here, and if I am old-fashioned, I'm very proud to be old-fashioned. I think that the university should be a community of scholars, of teachers, researchers, lecturers, scholars, all together. Now, here there is a real community, it seems to me, and so come and join a real living community which represents society as it is, which represents, through that reality, international global society as it is. Approach your studies in the context of a real living human social experience. That's the tremendous thing. Next, a range of activities and studies here at De Montfort. I mean, some people might find it a little bit formidable and say, well, isn't De Montfort really very much a technological university? Isn't De Montfort really very much a college that has grown out of a technical college and is therefore very much in that cultural tradition? But my God, look at languages, look at the arts, incredibly high standards here. English teaching in the university put on the same par as Cambridge. I mean, this is a rather special place to have that range and to have that excitement. The other thing is that what I've enjoyed the way in which the academics I've known over 20 years have been very committed. And committed to their students and committed to the institutions. That's good too. And it seems to me there has been a culture of commitment, sustained commitment, which is very important.
Excellent. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the audience that might be watching about De Montfort University and your view of it?
I'll just say I think you could do a lot worse than consider coming to De Montfort. Actually, it is an exciting place. There are lots of possibilities. It's the social life, apart from anything else, is going to be worth enjoying. But no, I come here and I always go back to my life in Westminster and the rest. I always go back stimulated by my experiences here. I've just, before we sat down for this chat, I was just with a team of academics working in this School of Applied Social Sciences, and it's been a really stimulating morning, exciting, as they talking about the work in which they're involved and what its messages are for Britain as a whole. No, it's a great place, and I would seriously encourage anyone who's thinking of higher education at university to put De Montfort on the list.
Lovely. Thank you very much for your time.